Hello and welcome to our final project demonstration video of Group A 2.2. Our project is entitled Privacy Preserving GPS with OpenStreetMap Interface. I'm Rudra Vishwas, holding the ID 1606045, and I'm going to explain the project now. So these are the outlines of the entire project. We were supposed to design and implement a privacy preserving GPS. Also, as an extra feature, we have included an OpenStreetMap interface. We have implemented it using mainly a GPS module, microprocessor, and Wi-Fi module with the process explained here. In this era of information-based technology, having information about location is of immense importance. But if the privacy is not preserved, the location information can be breached. So we have proposed a solution here using combination of hardware and software that extracts location directly from the satellites and uploads to a personal server. These are the hardware components that we have used to make the project. These are GPS module Neo 6M, STM32, ESP32 and LCD display. Also, for connection purpose, we have used breadboards and jumper wires. This is the algorithm we have used for our project, and the algorithm is explained further. The location information is obtained from the satellite by a GPS module. Then the GPS module transmits the data to STM32. The STM32 processes the data and displays on LCD. The data is also transmitted to ESP32 module by STM32. ESP32 processes the received data and uploads to a private server where the location is displayed graphically. Thank you.
Hello, I am Dipan Kumar Shikdar. I am going to explain how STM32 receives data from GPS module, processes it and sends data to ESP32 or Node MCU. At first, we look at how a GPS module pinpoints location. The method a GPS module uses for pinpointing location is called trilateration. The intersecting point of three satellites confirms a person's position. The data we get from a GPS module is in the form of NMEA string, which is illustrated in the figure on right side. So now, how STM32 processes data? This is briefly explained through a flowchart. At first, STM32 checks if anything is received. If so, it now checks if the data is valid or not. If the data is not valid, then it discards the data and waits for the next one. For valid data, coordinates are moved into variables, then converted into JSON string and sent to ESP32. If we look at how data is retrieved from NMEA string, well, GPS.encode function basically does the work for us. Then the data are moved into some variables as illustrated earlier. LCD.clear, LCD.setCursor are some built-in function which does the setup process for the display. We print latitude, longitude with the help of LCD.print function. Finally, static JSON document puts the data in structured format and sends it to ESP32. Now the remaining part will be demonstrated by my partners.
Hello, I am Shubhra Mandal. In this part, I will describe the Wi-Fi module ESP32. It is connected to the STM32 through this TXRX pin. It receives data from STM32 and sends the data to MQTT server. MQTT server is an open source server. We use this server to store the GPS data and then plot it to map. At the very beginning, this ESP32 connects to the MQTT server. After connecting to the server, ESP32 checks if any data is available from STM32. STM32 sends the GPS data as JSON string. ESP32 decodes the JSON string and put it to respective variable. Then ESP32 sends the GPS data to the server as a string using publish request. From the server, we retrieve the data to our computer and plot it to map. This will be discussed later.
Hello everyone, this is Saqib Chaudhary, student ID 1606044. I'll be demonstrating you the final prototype of our project. So this is STM32, which is currently in execution mode. We can see from the position of these jumpers. And here is the ESP32 chip. This is responsible for transmitting data to our server. And here we have our GPS chip, GPS device, and this PPS LED is blinking, which indicates that the GPS has fixed its location. So let me show it from the beginning. We are powering it up from a power bank. So let's power it off. Okay, now it's off, and whenever I'll power it on, it says the MQTT is connected and the location is invalid because the GPS hasn't turned on yet. So the GPS will turn on. Okay, the GPS has turned on. So now anytime the GPS will set its will fetch the actual locations that the GPS is sending. Okay, so here we can see that the GPS has already already fixed its location, and we can see the latitude and longitude in the display. Okay, so the device, this chip is sending data to our local MQTT server, and later on we will see that how that data is being fetched by our computer and how we display it on the on our computer screen. Now we will see how our data sent from the GPS device is being used to plot them in a map environment in real time. So for the map handler, we have created a Django based web framework. This is our web application. This web application actually will handle the data coming out of the GPS device, and it will save all the locations in a database. And let's run the server and see what happens. Okay, so currently our server is running, so let's see. So this is our web application. This interface has been created with Leaflet.js. This is a JavaScript based web API. So we simply call this API in our HTML script, and we are good to have this beautiful environment. So for the location, for the database, sorry. So in this database, we can currently see that there are no locations stored, which means that we haven't received any data from the device. That's because we haven't executed this script. This particular Python script is responsible for pushing the data coming out of the GPS device into our database. So this web application is fetching data from this database. So if we have data in this database, we can see the locations and latitudes and longitudes, everything in this map. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so we can see that we are connected and we have already received a data from the device. So refresh. Yes, we have received, and here we can see that this is our location fetched. So since we have time constraint, we are not making this any more lengthy. So the details of this web application can be discussed in the class. Thank you. So this is our final PCB design, and here this is the bill of materials. Our total bill was estimated at 2,380 taka. For future progress, we can expect to incorporate GSM technology in the device so that it could become more portable, and also we could upgrade our firmware by applying low power modes in STM32 for longer battery life. And finally, we would like to express our gratitude towards our teachers, Dr. Sajid Mohaimin Chaudhary sir and Anik Majumdar sir, for the support we received in times of difficulties. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.